EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Mike 39, Lucy.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
11B. 77. Omaha.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ben Gideon in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Lucy.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A very solid gain of 27.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cole. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Green 80.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Bortles. Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Everson Griffin in there to get him for a loss of 5. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It sounds like you're going negative on me.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And it'll be 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's able to find Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Here we go.
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. He's to the 10, and down to the 7-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
They'll run with Cook, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now a timeout signaled for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Well, they're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. Cousins. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action now, Cousins. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Calais Campbell in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here's Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into the pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Lee's got it over the middle. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. While we have a second, Charles, the Patriots, of course, back in the Super Bowl, getting the 37-31 victory over KC in the AFC title game. Great game, but, the Patriots...
nobody believes in them.
Yeah, right. They're playing that underdog card, but I thought it was funny because after the game, they asked Tom Brady, were you guys just trying to use that for your own motivation? He said no comment because they were. They know they're not the underdog.
They know it, but when you've been that great for this long,
you need something.
You've got to find something different. And Tom Brady, I've got to give him credit. Somehow he made his team buy that and believe in it when no one else in the country did. And I think it really started with their first playoff game this year when the Chargers came to town. I know I picked the Chargers against them. A lot of people picked the Chargers. They took that as, well, no one believes in us. And everyone thinks we're not as good. They were just wrong about that part, as we were wrong about the Chargers beating them.
Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. On second down, Cook. And an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
10 more there and another first down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long. He's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Throw left. 77.
Here's Bortles to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
372. So right. 11B.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Buying time to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there. Marquise Lee, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
380.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar.
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Bortles. And he finds Safarian-Jenkins. Bortles to the former Jet, Safarian-Jenkins for the Jags' first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. This is Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now Fournette. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.